So tell me. I know you started Salt, okay?
Yeah.
So it's a is it a company? Yeah, in Nigeria.
Yeah, it's a company in Nigeria.
Okay, so
Actually,
tell me about it.
It's a social enterprise. Yeah.
Okay.
So we started Salt House in 2018. Yep. And when we started Salt House, it goes back to my, one of the most difficult periods in my life. When I was homeless at some point for about 2 years in Lagos, Nigeria. And it was in that state I really got passionate about inclusion, because it's not because I lacked the ideas, but I was just unfortunate to be in a system where your ideas are not being prioritized, but rather your social background. If you've got some form of social capital, who do you have to pay someone to pay someone and pay someone to get to where you need to be the decision maker. And I felt if as a graduate in Nigeria, I could go through that, how much more people who have had no opportunity to be educated. And so one of the things I did in that state, so I was once a tailor. I learned how to make clothes while I was in university.
Hey, you're skilled, huh? You're skilled. Yeah.
So so that was actually that was my saving grace on the fact that I could make clothes, because while I was there on the street, I was able to get some support from church, from some family members, my mom especially, because she was far away, but she tried the best that she could to ensure that I found my footing back.
That's good.
Yeah.
Shout out, mom.
And while I was there, yeah. And while I was in that state, what I decided to do was to travel around Nigeria. So one day I just closed store where I made my clothes and where I slept at my home, and I headed to the bus park. I had no idea where I was traveling to, but I had enough money to go for. I didn't know it was enough to take me, to wherever I was going to go and back, but I just wanted to go explore. And so I got to a place called Agege in Lagos, and I was at the park, and I saw the luxurious buses, and I asked them, where are you going? This one said it's going here. The other one was pulling me. Where are you going? He said, where's the bus going? He said it's going to Kano. The other one said it's going to Zamfara. The other one said, I was like, okay, maybe I should go up north.
Wow.
So my very first trip was to Kano.
Exploration.
And I didn't know anyone in Kano. And it was while I was there in the bus, I went on Facebook and I put up a message. I'm coming to Kano, please. If you're in Kano, can we please meet so you can help me navigate? And so someone reached out to me called Abdul Samad. He's now a very, very, very good friend of mine.
That's very good. That is very, very good.
So he reached out to me, and when he was waiting for me in Kano, and I got to Kano, and I met with him, and I asked him where are the places where people are suffering, where people are going through a lot. It was like everywhere in Kano, because then it was at that point I got to learn about the Amajiris, children, who are beggars on the street. And I went around taking pictures, interviewed a few malams. He was my interpreter to find out some of the challenges that they're going through, why the kids are on the street, to better understand the problem. I had no solution, but, I just needed to have a better understanding of it. And I traveled back to Lagos. And that was the beginning of what we started doing at Salt House. We used to be called Salt of Africa, but eventually we changed to Salt House. And from there I started traveling, made it a routine every month. I started traveling around Nigeria to places that I just go there, meet people. Sometimes in the bus, I meet people in the bus and say, oh, you're going there. Do you know any place? And they say, yeah, sure. So they're the ones who take me around the villages and all of that. And I take pictures, upload it on social media. The interviews, I upload it, and I just write a summary of some of the things that were discussed and some of the challenges. And that's when my passion started burning.
Wow.
But one thing really clicked in my journey. If you travel to some remote communities where they have access to, they have no access to the internet, they have no access to a power supply, good water. The only thing that these people have is the natural resources. And then you find out that these communities experience a very high, high rate of natural resource depletion. You find them cutting down trees, to make firewood so they can sell. You find them selling plots of land to foreigners, to mine for something, maybe gold or anything.
Yeah.
And And it was then I began to understand the relationship between sustainability in itself and inclusion. That's why if you go on our website at Salt House, it's boldly written there that there is no sustainable development can never be sustainable without inclusion. It was then I understood and I felt, oh, so that means for us to be able to address some of these economic issues, we also need to address some of these environmental issues and social issues. And that was jackpot. And we started Salt House, we started doing research, coming up with reports, organizing, little meetings where we just invite people on Facebook, directors of NGOs. They come around, we have conversations as regards some of the things, some of the findings. And that was how we started. And before I knew it, we're already in about 13 African countries that I've never visited. And, I started getting messages from people on Facebook saying, oh, they would love to replicate what we are doing in their countries, to carry out research and all of that. At some point, I couldn't fund it at some point because it was just so much. And little did they know, not until 2020, they did not know I was homeless at that point.
Ooh.
It was in 2020 last year that I put up a post about it, and so many of them reached out to me and said they never had the slightest idea, that they thought I was coming from one big.
Hold on, let me address something.
Yeah,
you were practically homeless, okay, but yet it didn't stop you from taking up this challenge that you saw in your environment, right?
Yeah.
It didn't stop you.
No, we didn't.
And here you are today talking to me about it, and you're smiling.
Well, it wasn't funny then.
No, don't say, David. It wasn't funny. Okay?
Yeah.
It wasn't funny. But today, you are talking about it smiling. See, one thing I would tell you, you didn't sit down and cry, why me? Okay, maybe you felt it once or twice, but it didn't stop you.
Yeah.
You took responsibility.
Yeah.
See, and I'm stopping you because I want to talk about this. Okay. Young people need to understand that life is hard. Okay, life is hard. See, there's nothing in this world that we enjoy today that were done by people who were extremely comfortable. Even the richest man in the world, he's doing things, but I will tell you, he's so stressed while he's walking through the challenges for him and his team, or her and her team, to come up with a solution that we enjoy today.
Yeah.
Okay. But at the end of the day, he or she is smiling.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm a big advocate for the development of Africa. Okay. But I will tell you this. I'm not impressed about people complaining. Okay. And I see that a lot of complaints. A lot.
Yeah.
And I believe that complaining is one of the main things stopping us from actually sitting down and say, okay, yeah, this happens. Okay. Yeah, I mean where I am today. Yeah, my country is where it is today. But what are the issues? And who can help me to address these issues?
Yeah.
Instead of just politician did that, this one did that. They don't help anyone.
Yeah. Certainly.
Wow. David, I'm very, very proud of you.
Oh, wow.
I'm
Thank
very,
you.
very
Thank you,
proud of you.
sir. Thank
I
you
am
so much.
very, very proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
I'm
It
glad.
means so much.
I'm glad my curiosity pushed me to reach out to you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.